Our Bay Area is indeed bountiful, with scenic vistas, rich agricultural heritage and food resources, and innovative game changers leading the way to a healthy, more equitable way of life. As a boy, the natural beauty of wild places around the bay inspired conservationist Dr. Martin Griffin to devote his life to preserving them. Marty and wife Joyce now live in Belvedere.
They were the most beautiful places in the world that I'd ever seen. And I determined to try to protect them from being Los Angeles-ized.
Marty has always loved nature, and everything is about nature, and he's promoted that through everything he's done.
My father appreciates that our well-being is so closely tied to the health of our environment.
Dr. Griffin wrote a book about his environmental work, Saving the Marin-Sonoma Coast. Part 1 tells how a newly formed Marin Audubon Society asked him to help stop development plans around Richardson Bay. Today, the Richardson Bay Audubon Center and Sanctuary overlooks waters saved from landfill. Saving Bolinas Lagoon was a defining moment in Marty's notable career.
Got acquainted with the Bolinas Lagoon and stopped a huge subdivision that was going to be there for 40,000 people.
We are at the Martin Griffin Preserve on Bolinas Lagoon. Marty Griffin is a visionary in understanding that we need to preserve important places for people and for wildlife. Well, it originally became a preserve because it was one of the largest heron and egret rookeries anywhere in the West. Because of his action and others, Marin remains a really well-protected, beautiful place for all to enjoy.
The fight to prevent the urbanization of West Marin is documented in the film Rebels with a Cause.
When the Point Reyes National Seashore was authorized, we formed Audubon Canyon Ranch on Bolinas Lagoon. Our intention was to block the development of the freeway, so we started to oppose it vigorously. We have 4 sanctuaries now on Bolinas Lagoon, and that's named after me, so I appreciate that.
The area around Point Reyes and Tamales Bay was going to be a city that today would be about 150,000 people. There would be freeways and suburbs and so on. And Marty and others got together and said, in essence, no way.
Next, the battle to save Tamales Bay was probably the biggest land use battle in history. Went on for 7 years. And we did stop the development there. We remodeled an old barn that was 100 years old and turned it into a winery. It was used for drying hops.
And Marty had the first winery tasting room in Sonoma County.
One of the first.
Pardon?
One of the first.
I know, you're modest. And what's interesting is they cannot tear it down because it's a national landmark. So it's protected.
After purchasing a ranch in Healdsburg, Marty led activism to protect the Russian River.
And my God, you can't believe what was happening to the Russian River. There were 7 or 8 mining companies, big mining companies, that were digging deep pits, and they were going down 90 feet after gravel. This was destroying one of the best steelhead and coho salmon fisheries
One of the most significant lessons I learned from Marty Griffin over my career was how important the sands and gravels of the Russian River are to water quality for the region. That's naturally filtering our water supply. And his efforts resulted in significant achievements to preserving the region's natural resource and defining iconic Russian River, which provides the lion's share of our drinking water for the region.
Dr. Griffin studied zoology at UC Berkeley, then attended Stanford School of Medicine.
Dr. Griffin was in private practice. He was an internist. He came back and he got his master's degree in public health. And after he got his degree here, he was asked by the state to head up the hepatitis B outbreak and was very successful in eradicating or dealing with the hepatitis B epidemic at the time.
I got a job at Sonoma State Hospital in Glen Ellen. I was chairman of the Hepatitis B and AIDS Task Force. I went to all the different state hospitals and gave courses in how to handle this hepatitis B.
He has just a litany of successes, one after another, of improving public health and protecting the environment. Right adjacent to the Hopkiln Winery, he helped preserve Bishop Ranch, which is a wonderful facility. It's a true tribute to somebody who's funded land preservation, water preservation throughout the region.
In 1990, my father donated 44 acres of second growth forest and gravel bars to the Sonoma Land Trust, and it's named the Griffin Riparian Preserve to protect the river from future gravel mining insults.
When Martin Griffin Preserve was ready to start the first controlled burn on the land, Marty was asked to get things going.
Marty has not stopped working. Marty was here to carry that drip torch and put the first fire on the ground to bring good fire back to Martin Griffin Preserve.
Marty, over the years, and as he did all of his work, he came to be known as the nature doctor, or more colorfully, as the doctor with mud on his shoes. And he was very proud of that. He liked that a lot.
Today, a beautiful outdoor terrace at the School of Public Health is a gift from Marty and Joyce.
Joyce and I have contributed to a terrace on a new public health building in Berkeley. Magnificent building.
There's the egret. And so the garden has really been designed to reflect Marty's values, to reflect nature and the environment, and how that promotes our health.
Conservation work is hard, and Marty's not afraid of hard work.
Marty has a compass that's always headed due north, and he stays true to that. And that is a feature that few can claim.
Dad is still leading a very active life. He realizes that you need to keep your mind and eye on what's going on.
Always more to do, but we need to recognize our progress and look at it squarely.
To this day, Dr. Marty Griffin is unwavering in his goal of making a difference for people, wildlife, and the environment.
What this world needs is 50% of the nature protected and reserved, because that's really the basis for all life.